Okay, we have our strawberry cheesecake, or just our cheesecake, cooling in the fridge. It's firming up for us. It's going to be an hour in there, and while it's in there we're going to make a strawberry sauce, which is really easy to do, as is most raw foods and raw desserts. And this is a really delicious, really easy strawberry sauce recipe. So for this we're going to use some of our nice fresh strawberries. If you don't have fresh strawberries and just have frozen, totally fine too. You can do that. Just let them sit and defrost, and let them get mostly room temperature and mostly defrosted before you use them. So we're going to use a cup and a half of our strawberries, and also the darker red strawberries are really nice because it gives it that beautiful dark red color. It makes a big difference having. So we were really fortunate enough to get some pretty beautiful strawberries this time of year. I wish I could say they were local, but that's the beauty of being able to use the frozen ones. We actually could have had frozen ones from the summer and used those. Anyway, we use what we have. We have a cup and a half of strawberries. We're just going to put a dash of salt in. We're going to use a teaspoon of psyllium powder. We just want a little bit. You have to be careful not to use too much because we don't want a sauce that's going to thicken. And if you put a tablespoon in or put more in than you need, it's going to solidify, and we don't want that. We want a nice pourable consistency. So a teaspoon of psyllium is exactly right, and it's going to give us a really nice consistency. We're going to use a tablespoon of lemon juice and a quarter of a cup of agave. And the agave and the lemon kind of balance each other out nicely. The lemon gives a little bit of a tart, and the agave gives a little bit more sweetness to it. So it's really pure strawberry with just a little extra, and it's really nice. So this is so easy. I'm just going to bring the blender over. Everything just gets put into a blender and blend up. So first, I'm going to measure out my strawberries and hull them. I've already washed them. Okay, it's up to the 1.5, but if I press it down, I think 1 or 2 more. I'll get the reddest one. I want a full 1.5 cups. So there we have it. That was cut tight. Exactly 1.5 cups. So I'm just going to toss this. Bring in my blender. Strawberries go in. I'm going to squeeze. I just used some lemon, but these are huge, and I just need 1 tablespoon of juice. So I'm just going to squeeze a bit of lemon juice. Measure 1 tablespoon. That's it. Drop extra. Don't hurt. And our agave, a quarter cup of agave. Now there's 2 ways of doing this, and one would have been to reserve a bit of the strawberries and chop them up and add them into it later if you want a few strawberry chunks in with your sauce. But I usually just make it a smooth, I've gotten habit, it's the easiest way, and everybody loves it. I usually just make a smooth sauce and pour the smooth sauce over the cheesecake. And then you can always take half a strawberry and put it in the corner and decorate it if you have them around. And just a teaspoon of this, 1 level teaspoon, not too much, just a bit, just for a little bit of cinnamon. Dash of salt. We're using hand-harvested, sun-dried salt from Brittany. It's a gray sea salt. The Himalayan salt's great too. White table salt is very toxic, so try to stay away from that. It's not good stuff. And a lot of the sea salts that you get at the grocery store, those are bleached also. So even though it's sea salt, doesn't mean it's necessarily good for you. But it's pretty easy at most health food stores now to get a really good quality salt. So, and you can get them from all different places in the world, and they taste different, and they're really quite wonderful. They're filled with minerals. Celtic sea salt has over 80 minerals in it, so it's nourishing your body too. I think it's keeping the equilibrium. Some people are against salt, especially if they've had too much in their body over a long period of time, but I think a little bit of salt's a good thing. Okay, and we're just going to put that on its base and blend. That is it. So easy. And I love to store this in a mason jar, a glass jar in the fridge. This size, or even one a little bit smaller would be great too. But this is what I have right now, so it'll work perfectly. And this will take half an hour to kind of firm up a little bit. You can eat it now, but it's just a little bit too pourable. But in a little bit of time, in half an hour to an hour, it's going to start firming up, and there'll be more that you'll want to spoon it on and kind of spread it so it just drizzles down the side of your cheesecake. A bit more of a firm sauce. So there we have it. Our strawberry sauce for a cheesecake.